Hey everyone, Scott with the Scottman. We're here to do a driving video today. We're heading north on John R. Road, one of the many north and south highways in the Metro Detroit area. And we'll be driving the main stretch of John R., which starts down at Ferris Street over here in Highland Park. And this is going to be somewhat of a tight squeeze. Thankfully, with driving a compact car like this one, this Honda Civic, I'm able to get through that pretty easily. So anyways, we're here in the northern end of Highland Park, and be heading all the way up to Bloomer Road, which is just north of Avon, or 23 Mile Road in Rochester Hills, Michigan. And we're already at the stop at this light here at McNichols, which is basically 6 mile, which, matter of fact, I filmed the video on that, I think just last year. Yep, so crossing over McNichols, we're in the Detroit city limits. Highland Park is pretty much almost completely surrounded by, well, a lot of car honking over here. But anyway, so it's pretty much generally completely surrounded by Detroit. So anyways, we'll continue our way north. So this is the main stretch of John R. Road. There's technically there's some stretches of John R. going into downtown Detroit. I will not be filming those just because there's a lot of gaps in John R. down in, like, further into the Detroit, within the Detroit city limits. So it's very, very difficult to film those stretches of John R. But the main stretch here is all good. So yeah, currently we're in the eastern side of Detroit, well, northeast side, I would say, because we're still like several miles north of downtown Detroit. And as you can tell, this part of John R. is generally just residential. Not really a whole lot's going on, but as we get further north, this becomes a much busier road. When we get up to like the suburbs of Hazel Park, Madison Heights, and Troy, like we get all kinds of different shopping centers and restaurants and stores along in that area. It is a beautiful day out today. Hardly any clouds in the sky, and car thermometer is reading 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert that to Celsius, it's around, I would say, 16 degrees. So very nice late April day, and we're having to stop the light at the light here at 7 Mile. Which, yeah, matter of fact, I remember filming a video on 7 Mile as well, too. It's like, because I've done most of all the mile roads, at least, especially the ones that are very continuous. I still gotta film 5 Mile, though, so that's one I would like to do sometime this year, if all possible. And then, and who knows, at some point, too, like when I finish all the mile roads, I wouldn't mind maybe filming the opposite direction, because that could always be something, too. Because you see different things when you're going the opposite direction. I know one of my followers who've been giving me a lot of different driving video ideas definitely suggested that one, and that's not a bad idea. I'm having to stop at this light here too. Okay, perfect. But yeah, so it's like, I think I made a post on this on my, like a community post on my YouTube channel. But it's like, yeah, when it comes to like video requests, I've been getting a lot of them, mainly for my driving videos, not really for my main vlogs or anything, which are like my main videos, which go up every Monday. But primarily for like my driving videos, which, yeah, definitely love hearing all your different ideas, suggestions, requests, and all of that, because it gives me video ideas too. So that way, if I'm starting to draw a blank on some driving video ideas, they are definitely helpful. But I guess one thing I will want to mention here too, since I'm bringing up this topic, is that no video is ever guaranteed, just because of my schedule with all other things I'm doing, plus trying to factor in my other vlogs and all of my different travels, and of course everyday life stuff. So if you were to send me like a video request, it's like, please note that there's no guarantee that I will film it. More about that after this traffic light. So yep, we are now crossing over 8 Mile, and we are now entering Oakland County, and just left Detroit, and we're now in Hazel Park. So Hazel Park is one of the many communities in the southeast corner of Oakland County. Definitely not a lot going on in this stretch. Like, a lot of businesses look like they have closed down for quite a while now, which is really sad to see. So anyway, so with video requests, yeah, there's never any guarantees that I'll be able to film it, just because of time constraints and other things going on, whether it's travels or even like stuff in my personal life. So, and of course another thing too, it's like, yeah, please do not like pressure me to film a video to say like, why is this video not up or anything like that. So because it's like, it's not really, it's like, I'll be perfectly honest, it is rather rude to try to push a content creator to make a certain video to try to post at a certain time. So that's something I'm not going to really tolerate moving forward. It's like, yeah, again, definitely, yeah, feel free to send your requests and things like that, because, yeah, so I love hearing your suggestions, and a lot of the ones I get are actually pretty good ideas. So I try to incorporate those for future driving videos, but again, there are no guarantees, and yeah, do not pressure me to film a video as soon as possible or anything like that. Otherwise, that request will be more likely to not get accepted, and if you really push me, you may end up getting blocked, unfortunately. I'd rather not have to do that, but if it gets to be too insane, it's like, yeah, I may have no choice. Oh, I'm trying to... Oh, this is rather confusing here. It's like they had a center turn line, but... Oh, okay. I guess it was one they maybe didn't get rid of correctly. I don't know. It's someone who is driving way over the line, and still is. So right now we're going over I-75. And this is kind of like the downtown area for Hazel Park. Man, what's all the traffic today? Of course, I think I don't know, this light just turned green or something, so that could be possible. And here is 9 Mile. Got more going on over here. See like a Happy's Pizza, Subway, Kroger, Hardee's. And even the post office for Hazel Park. So this is like the main business district for Hazel Park. So compared to what we were seeing... Oh, I gotta get over. Have people behind me having to do the same thing. Okay, so it looks like they changed the configuration of the road in here. It's like, it looks like it used to be a 4-lane road. Now they made a 3-lane road, plus with bike lanes. And on the other side of the road, like even a place for parallel parking, which is really nice. But I guess we're going back to the requests. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, if you're sending me requests, no worries, you're all good. It's like where you're pushing the limit is if you get to the point where you're trying to pressure me to film it as soon as possible, or you're asking me like, where's the video and why have you posted this? Stuff like that. That's where you're starting to be. That's where basically you'd be crossing over like a red line that I'm setting. But if you're sending me like requests and video ideas, yeah, I'm always open to that. So no worries. Just be aware that it's never guaranteed. But if you have an idea, yeah, go ahead and send it anyway. Because keep in mind, it may just be the next video. Because I'm always looking for some different ideas. Too, especially around Metro Detroit stuff, because usually when I'm outside of Metro Detroit, most of the time is usually the freeways, or in the state of Michigan, some of the state highways. Which again, if I haven't made a post like that, like a written post on my YouTube channel yet, I'll need to do that. so that we don't have to just look it up in this driving video. And immediately here, this is 10 Mile Road. And just on the other side is 696. So you can take 696 east to go over toward Warren, Centerline, Roseville, East Point, those areas before you get over to I-94 over in St. Clair Shores, or go the opposite direction and head over toward where the Detroit Zoo is, and then eventually out toward like Farmington Hills, Southfield, and over toward like Novi where it ends at I-96. And crossing over 696, we are now in Madison Heights. And this road has opened up a lot more. Now it's a 5-lane road instead of just 3 lanes. Although there are no more bike lanes. But I can understand why, because this stretch here of John R. from 696 going up in Detroit, this part can get pretty busy because you have a lot of activity going on in here. Not just residential communities. Oh, that's a cool looking building. Yeah, I can see like an anchor in front of it, but it looks like the restaurants may have closed down possibly, which is a shame because it was like in the shape of a boat a little bit. In fact, I think I've seen things like that over like in the Nautical Mile and St. Clair Shores along Jefferson. Oh, there's the fire station for Madison Heights. Yeah, this is a rather interesting stretch of John R. because you got many side streets for residential neighborhoods, but you got all kinds of different restaurants, like local restaurants, and some businesses like John R. Glass, for example. And we're crossing over 11 Mile here. Ooh, just made this light. Got the Telway Hamburger Restaurant. It's like almost like a small little diner where you can get like really good burgers. Yeah, I am glad that things are finally coming into bloom too. It's always like the first month of spring is always still bleh. It's kind of dreary. But it's like, yeah, we get warm enough days, and of course long enough, of course with the longer days too, it's like things really come into bloom, and it looks absolutely beautiful. This is where being in Michigan becomes really nice. Because generally anytime between April and October, Michigan is an amazing place to be. Outside of those months, it's not so much, although it's still cool around the holidays, though. With all the Christmas decorations up. I'm going to go ahead and merge over here. Even having to stop at this small traffic light here. It's not even the Mile Road yet. Don't know what the point of that was, because we only were stopped for like 5 seconds. We were about to stop at, well, I don't know. This could be turning green momentarily. The green arrow just ended. Okay, we'll keep this going. It's about to turn green, so, or it's turning green now. We're about to go. And so this is 12 Mile, and to the right, that is Green Lantern. It is a really good place to get Detroit-style pizza, or even like our traditional round pizza. So yeah, Green Lantern is one of the many great places to get pizza. We also have McDonald's here too, BJ's Wholesale Club. But when it comes to getting food, it's like, yeah, you definitely want to check out Green Lantern. They got great pizza, especially Detroit style. It's up there with like Buddy's Pizza, Michigan and Trumbull, many other places. There's also a Texas Roadhouse over on the left too. There are some big department stores off of 12 Mile between here and I-75, which I-75 is like maybe like half a mile to the west of here. As you can tell, they got all the Michigan State trees up right now, although they haven't been planted on the road yet, so this is kind of why I wanted to film this video sooner rather than later, because I think starting the 5th of May, they're going to be planted onto the road because they're going to be doing some construction. So I figure, and this stretch can get really busy. Just passed by a taco restaurant and a Big Boy. So there's a lot of activity along in here, even like a Hungry Howie's Pizza. So this, like even on a Sunday, this could get really busy. So I'm glad I'm filming this video now and not even like maybe like a week or so from now. Because yeah, even it's Sunday at lunchtime and this is really busy. Okay, we're about to go. But yeah, this part of John R, it can get really sluggish because there's so much going on. It's like, yeah, traffic is so bad, I'd even make this traffic light. Yeah, right now they're doing a lot of construction on 13 Mile Road, so it's like, yeah, when they do the stuff here on John R in like several days, it's gonna make things even worse there. Oh, there's also a Sam's Club over here. What's cool about this stretch of John R between like 12 Mile and 14 Mile Road too is that you have like a lot of different like Vietnamese and Chinese markets and restaurants too. Especially as we get up toward here. And I got a nice Mexican restaurant there, Taco Tequila y Mas, really good Mexican food. And in this plaza over here too, there's a really good taco place called Tu Taco Tien. They got some of the best tacos in all of Metro Detroit. Like they're really good. They rival some of the tacos you can get down in like Mexican town, Southwest Detroit. This over here, like we're just past the light for Wickham. This is like probably the busiest stretch of John R for like the entire stretch of John R. Because you have all kinds of department stores over there from Target, Dunham Sports, even like a Best Buy on the right side. Ema has a restaurant over there too, like for like thing like Japanese style food, like especially like noodles and ramen, stuff like that. There's also a really good gigantic Asian grocery store over in that plaza too. And I am stuck. And there's also a Chinese hot pot restaurant called Lao Pot. Even have like a Taco Bell over there. At least they still made this traffic light here. This is 14 Mile Road. This is really busy over here too. Because you have all kinds of different department stores. And also you have the Oakland Mall off to the left too. Got a Sonic restaurant. Even more department stores over to the right with TJ Maxx, Michaels. Like this area gets really busy and they're going really slow. Oh, it's because someone was turning. You got Barnes & Noble, you got Kohl's, ABC Warehouse on the other side. And of course, yeah, as I was saying, the left side you have Oakland Mall. And after crossing over 14 Mile Road, we are now in Troy. And I would say now after getting past the Oakland Mall area, it's going to get, I would say, a little bit better. And as you can tell, it's like Troy has a lot of different type of scenery compared to Madison Heights. You don't have businesses right on the road like you do back down in Madison Heights and or especially down in Hazel Park. And yeah, coming up here, we got the traffic light for 15 Mile Road, or Maple Road, as what it's called, on the Oakland County side of DeQuinder, which is, of course, DeQuinder is another mile to the east of here. So here at this intersection, we got a couple gas stations. We have Comerica Bank. Even a tax or accounting and tax office. Also a Subway there too, with a drive-through. It's like I don't see Subways with drive-throughs very often. And yep, the road quality here is not as good as it was back down on the other side of Maple Road. So I would say for where we are right now, we're like halfway through this video because well, the next traffic light we're coming up to is Big Beaver Road, which is basically a 16-mile road. We still have like another several miles to go. Yeah, it'd be amazing if we were to make this traffic light here, because this is a much busier highway even compared to Maple Road. Got some stuff over here too. We've got 7-Eleven, CVS Pharmacy, White Castle. Looks like a Speedway gas station. Yep, we just made this light. And there's some other different stores and restaurants over on the left. Let's see, like an Olga's Kitchen. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings, also a Kroger. Yeah, as you can tell, two different residential neighborhoods off on both sides of the road. We're now trying to get to the part of John R., which is, there's still quite a bit of traffic, but not like what we were seeing down by the Oakland Mall. Yeah, Troy is definitely one of the really nice suburbs here in the Metro Detroit area. Got Braintree Park off to the left, a nice park, pretty big sized park with a lot of trees, which is really nice. And I got a United Methodist Church over there. And we got Waddles Road, which is 17-mile road, and unfortunately we're having to stop at this light, although at least I was able to make the light at Big Beaver. That's would have been a longer light to sit at than this one. Yeah, I think I only had to sit at this light for maybe a minute. Yeah, I can't believe it. We're already approaching the very end of April. Like, because the first day of May is coming up in just a few days from now. Got a nice high school off to the left there. What's not so nice is the road quality here. Wouldn't surprise me in the coming years that they work on this stretch. And I think I do need to get over to the left lane, because once we get past the next traffic light, which is Long Lake Road or 18-mile road, the right lane is going to end. We're coming up to Long Lake Road. Got a lot of different smaller businesses in here. So you can see some local restaurants. Cotton cake, Japanese cheesecake. That sounds really good. Also 7-Eleven, and also a vet as well too. Long Lake Animal Hospital. And yeah, just as I was saying, yeah, the right lane's about to end up ahead. Although the pavement's a lot better. But who knows, maybe they worked on this in the past few years. Yeah, springtime in Michigan is definitely a nice place to be, especially once things start growing like this. Because that's generally how you know that we're done with the winter and don't have to really worry about snow again until usually like November. northern Michigan, on the other hand, you could probably sometimes still see snow, even, especially up in the UP in early May. Although if it does stick to the ground, it doesn't last long. More small businesses to the left, and this is Square Lake Road, or 19 Mile Road, which, matter of fact, I just filmed the video on Square Lake Road not too long ago. In fact, that was the last driving video I filmed with the GoPro, because I've been using the DJI Osmo Action 5 camera for all driving videos since that one, including this one. And yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, I've been really enjoying this so far, or using this camera, because it even has an ability to where you can get an external microphone with this, also by DJI, and it's coming in the mail today, or through Amazon technically. So coming soon, I might be able to have an external microphone that I can use, so that way you'll be able to hear me even better. You'd be hearing less of the road or anything outside of the car. You'd be able to hear me a lot better, and the audio quality be a lot better too. Because it's the same microphone I use for my pocket camera that I use for like a lot of my different vlogs, and the microphone quality is like amazing. So I can't wait to try it out with this camera for the driving videos, because I think the audio quality is only going to get even better. And here we are at South Boulevard, which is basically like 20 Mile Road. I'll keep it going until the light just turned green. So after we cross over South Boulevard, we are leaving Troy and we're entering the city of Rochester Hills. And that bridge up there, that is M59. That's the M59 freeway. There is no interchange with 59 from John R. Like, you have to either go west 1 mile to Rochester Road or go 1 mile east over to DeQuinder. And I would pretty much say the rest of John R in this video is going to be mainly like residential neighborhoods. Unless there's something going on at some of these traffic lights. Like a gas station or maybe a store or something like that. But yeah, over here John R is a lot quieter of a road compared to DeQuinder, or especially Rochester Road, because if you're over on Rochester Road north of M59, it's really busy because you have all kinds of shopping, like department stores, restaurants, especially chain restaurants, so that area can get very congested. Okay, there are some businesses over here too. Oh, something's going on the other side of the traffic light here. Almost costed me the light there. So yeah, see like a dollar store, some small businesses, also like O'Reilly Auto Parts. So yeah, it's like with this new camera I'm using for the driving videos, like the possibilities are endless. Like I had to get this because the old GoPro that I was using, or the GoPro was using, was still working, but it was down to one battery. And the battery does not last a ton of time, where on here, I filmed another video yesterday and I've not had to charge up this camera for this video. And let me look where I am right now. Oh, I'm still like more than like 65%. Like I could almost film another driving video today if I wanted to, but I got Although because the camera's in the sun, it's starting to overheat a little bit. It's like I can't look at the screen for very long because it has at least has some features to prevent it from overheating. To where it's like it just disables the screen, but it still records. There, we're crossing over Hamlin, which is 22 Mile Road. So I may have to keep an eye on this for when my action camera is in the sun, because I don't know if it's gonna get to the point where if it really overheats that all of a sudden that it stops recording or something, or it's hard to say though. But we only have like another mile left to go in this video, so I'm not really too concerned. But to be honest with you, my old GoPro would do the same thing too. Like if I was filming for a good period of time and it was out in the sun, it would get hot too. So this is Avon Road, which is basically like 23 Mile Road. Yates Cider Mill is only like another mile to the east of here. But John R doesn't necessarily end just yet, so we're going to keep going past this traffic light. Okay, so we are continuing, and so this road only goes for like another half a mile. Because what this road does is that when we get to Bloomer Road, which is not this street here, but the next one, that's where John R ends. But the road itself technically continues past Bloomer Road, but that is going into Bloomer Park, which Bloomer Park is a beautiful park here in the Rochester Hills area. However, usually you do have to pay to get into the park, so I'll have to stop the video once I get to the stop sign, because the other side of the stop sign is basically, it turns into the entrance for Bloomer Park, and it's the end of John R. Alright, so we have driven north on John R from like just south of McNichols or 6 Mile Road in Highland Park, all the way to Bloomer Road here in Rochester Hills. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that we don't miss out any future adventures. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, setting out.